Hello everyone, how's it going? Intro Double MMA here, and today we have a video. We're going to talk about the 5 fighters who I believe have made quite the resurgence and standout comebacks this year. And what I mean by that is people who at the start of the year you wouldn't think would have this much success, but after the year, like, they dang near did it and put themselves in very good spots, worked hard, and are getting where they want to be in their career. I don't know if I explained that well enough, but when I start talking about the fighters and stuff like that, you'll see what I'm talking about. So with enough said, if you guys are new right here, be sure to subscribe. We got more content coming every single day. You already know how I be, and let's get to it. First fight I want to talk about is Deiveson Figueiredo. This guy has had quite the comeback since his hell fighting Moreno 4 times in a row. Ever since that last one, he moved to 135. Granted, this started last December, about a year ago, where he moved to 135 and beat Ralph Font rather convincingly. He looked very good doing that. But since then, he came back, UFC 300, choked out Cody Garbrandt in a fight that I don't even think he should have taken, because I believe he was in the rankings and should have been fighting higher in the rankings. But he fought Cody, who was out of the rankings, for the kicks and giggles for the UFC 300. Choked him out second round. And after that, they gave him what he wanted, a top 5 opponent. Chito Vera fought him in August, because Cody was in April. He came back in August, fought against Chito Vera. He did very, very well. He just dominated Chito Vera. Got him down a couple times, even knocked him down with the right hand. Very, very good, and he put himself in top 5 in the world. And granted, he would have an even better year if he would have fought, if he would have beaten Peter Yan. But Peter Yan was just a way better fighter that night. I think Figgy had his moments. He even knocked down Peter Yan. Peter Yan is something else, man. Hopefully he can bounce back, and I'd like to see him do better. But, you know, who would have thought that he would have had this successful of a run at 135? A lot of people were saying that he was too small, including me. But look at him now. Can't deny him. Next fighter, Diego Lopez. Because I know it's kind of crazy to think about, but at the start of this year, Diego Lopez wasn't even ranked. Yeah, he had it very good last year where he got to, how many finishes did he get last year? Because I know he fought Mozart in May, lost that one, was an exciting fight. He came back in the summer again. He got the guy in an armbar, and then in November knocked out Pat Sabatini. So I think it was 3 fights last year, won 2 of them. But then he was booked for UFC 300 against, I think it was number 14th ranked, what's his name, Sadiq Youssef. Showed up, knocked him out in the first round. Beautiful, love to see it. And then we didn't hear nothing from him for a little while. There's rumors about him coming back against this guy or this guy. But then the Conor McGregor situation happened where he pulled out, and Jamal Hill pulled out too, so they needed 2 replacements. And they called up Diego Lopez and asked him to fight Brian Ortega. And surprisingly, Brian Ortega, he accepted the fight. That's why I think Brian Ortega deserves our respect. He took the fight against a number like 14, 15 ranked guy, when he was number 3 in the world and could have honestly sat out for a title shot. But he took the fight. This was for June. But then, like, obviously he struggled with the weight cut. Struggled with the weight cut and he couldn't do it. Sorry, I just got a random message. He struggled with the weight cut, and the fight couldn't happen in June. But so then it got rescheduled for Noche UFC. Diego went out there. No, actually, I forgot about this detail. Since Brian Ortega could not make the fight, Dan Ige stepped up on 2 hours' notice. They both scrapped. They both accepted on 2 hours' notice. Yeah, granted, it wasn't the best of performances, and it wasn't the best of performances. But Diego got the hand raised. But then, like, immediately after, I think they started looking at Noche UFC in September. They wanted both of them to reschedule the fight. They both accepted. This time, Brian Ortega had ample time to prepare. And the night of the fight came. Diego Lopez showed up, did what he had to against Brian Ortega. Almost put him out in like the first punch he threw, woke him up with the second one, and just completely destroyed Brian Ortega. And with that, he's in number 3 in the world. Who would have thought? From unranked to number 3 in the world, bro. That's quite the year for Diego Lopez. Next guy I want to talk about is Joaquin Buckley. Because, bro, this guy has had quite a year, man. 4 fights, 3 finishes. I don't know if he was ranked at the start of the year or not. But I think his year kicked off when he accepted a short notice fight against Vicente Luque. He knocked him out in the second round. Very good performance there for him. Knocked himself up in the rankings. Then, you know, he really wanted to fight at St. Louis. They didn't give him the main event. But they said, alright, gang, you can have a co-main. And he ended up fighting this dude named Nusrin Rizmov. Well, he looked pretty good. I think a lot of people thought he was going to lose that one because that dude's like from that region of the world where, you know, they can dominate type. Then he came back UFC 3-7 against Stephen Thompson in a fun fight back and forth. Stephen Thompson was low-key doing his stuff here and there, but then the third round comes around. He does the springing left, right hook, mink, knocks out Stephen Boy Thompson in a pretty stellar performance. And then after that, he was scheduled to fight Ian Gary like this last weekend. But obviously, Ian Gary went on to fight Shavkat, and he got replaced with Colby Covington, where he looked pretty good. He looked just the younger, faster, stronger, more game opponent. Colby looked kind of like ring rusted. But Colby had his moments, to be fair. But obviously, Joaquin opened a cut on his eye, and that's all she wrote. And now I think after what's it called, what he did at Colby, I kind of think he should be in top 5. I think they'll put him over Sean Brady, but if they don't, womp. But I think he's top 5, and because of that, what a year for Joaquin Buckley. Next fighter, Alexander Volkov. This guy has been on quite the run, bro. Let me look up who he's fought this year. I think he's fought world time. Now it was only 2 times, but I suppose the title run started like the title run started last year when he fought Tai Tuivasa. Ezekiel choked him. Pretty nice win for him. This year he came back, fought Sergey Pavlovich in a fight that was a lot of drama because he had to fight his friend, and a lot of us thought he was gonna get slumped because Sergey Pavlovich is that guy, you know. But he went in there, schooled Pavlovich, looked incredible, and arguably he could have gotten a title shot over that win. But then they scheduled him to fight Cyril Gane in the rematch, and you know, we were all like, oh man, let's see who wins this one. It was scheduled for October. He hurt his knee, had to be rescheduled to December. December rolls around, fights Cyril Gane, and absolutely schools him. He just looked really good that fight. Was landing on Gane. Yeah, Gane broke his toes and all, but he looked very, very good. Beat the number 2 guy in the world. And I think that makes him like, what, number 2? But we all know the story of it. He got robbed. You know, we can cry this and that, but you know, can't really change what happened. But we're here to say that Volkov had an impressive year, man. Who would have thought, man? He went out there and beat 2 of the best like strikers in the division, in Pavlovich and Gane. And he was such an underdog in both of them. So hats off to him. He had quite an impressive 2024. And you know, I can only hope that he has a better 2025. Let's see what the UFC does for him. The next guy, Dominic Reyes. He's back. You know, after so many years of, I think, was it like 4 years before this, just getting slumped in a row, slump. He had his comeback fight in the summer against Justin Jacoby and starched him in the first round. Beautiful, man. When he was like, man, we all felt that, man. It's beautiful to see bro come back after so many years of just getting whooped. Then he got scheduled to fight Anthony Smith in December. Granted, we all thought he was gonna win. He was gonna win this fight, and he did. But you know, what can we say, man? He's on a 2-fight win streak now. That's W. Shout out my boy. Very proud of him. Now he's kind of defended his rankings a little bit and moving up. Who would have thought? I don't know who's next for him. Maybe, I don't know. This one I actually don't know who's next for him, but I hope the matchmakers give him something nice. But these have been my 5 fighters that I think have had a very, very impressive turnaround in their career this year, and put themselves in a good spot for next year. Hopefully they continue the streak. If you guys are new around here, be sure to subscribe. New content dropping every day, Monday to Friday. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.